Welcome one, welcome all to my beautiful channel called Tarot Queen. I'm happy to have you here. I hope you're doing well. I am delighted and I'm really happy to have you here for this reading. This is going to be an energetic tarot guide and energetic tarot reading for the sign of Gemini. So Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node. Wherever you have the gorgeous sign of Gemini, anywhere in your astrological chart, you're welcome to this reading. I assure you there will be messages for you. Also, if you happen to come across this reading and you have no placement in Gemini, don't fret. Since Spirit has guided you to this reading, for sure there's some message and something that you will get out of this reading from Spirit, which will be relevant to your current situation and will help you right now. So please stick around. Without further ado, let me get into your oracle cards. I'm using the Moonology Oracle deck. And Gemini, keep in mind that this is a timeless reading. So whenever you see this reading, it's relevant to you. If you see it today, it's relevant to your situation today. If you see it months or years from today, it's relevant to your situation at that point in time. Let's get the Moonology Oracle message for you at this point in time, my gorgeous Geminis. This wants to come out. Alright, Geminis, I can see that the oracle cards say that a time for healing, balsamic moon. So it is definitely a time for healing for you, Gemini. As I energetically connect to your aura, to your spirit, to your souls, what I understand is that you've been through a lot. 2023 Gemini is showing that it is a kind of a challenging year for some signs. And for Geminis, I would say yes, it's a mixed bag. You've had some highs and you've also had some lows from the beginning of the year. It's kind of been like a graph, a roller coaster. You get up, you get down, you get up, then you dash down. And that's what the nature of the year is. So this is 2023 adds up to a 7, Gemini. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 3 equals to a 7. And 7, my Geminis, is the number of Ketu in Indian astrology. And Ketu is a very spiritual number. 7 is a spiritual number. It has to do more with spirituality and less with the material world. You also may be feeling like your interest in your work, in your job may have gone down a bit as compared to the previous years. And that's fine because this is the year of a 7, which is a Ketu year in Indian astrology. It is known as the south node of the moon, and it's more about being spiritual, taking time for healing, taking time for reflection, time for meditation. And that is the guide that I have for you, Gemini. Work with your situation. Someone needs to hear this. Spirit is telling me. Work with your situation, not against it. Okay? Whatever it means for each one of you. Work with your situation, not against it. A way of living that you had before this is not going to help right now, Gemini. You need to adopt a way of living that goes with your current situation. I think your situation has changed a bit, especially from the beginning of 2023. It has changed. Or whenever you're seeing this reading, your situation has changed a bit, my Gemini. That's too much. And let's give this tarot deck a good shuffle. This is the Light Seer tarot deck. And it has wonderful imagery. Is it my favorite tarot deck? Well, it's definitely one of my favorites. And it'll be yours too. Once you have a look at the imagery, you'll fall in love, Gemini. Just like I have. Let me give it a good shuffle. Spirit, I call upon you to give the best messages for my Gemini. Let me know what's currently in their energies whenever they're seeing this reading. If it's this year, next year, whatever it is. Let me draw on the energies to understand what message you want me to give them. This wants to come out. I see you moving on. There's a debt in a particular situation. There's a debt, removal of old and in with the new. My beautiful Geminis, let's get more messages, Spirit. Come on. Gemini, I've had a lot of wonderful Geminis in my life. I've had wonderful Gemini cousins. I've had wonderful Gemini friends, and Gemini's intelligence is unmatched, really. Libra is also witty, Aquarius is witty, but in their own way. Gemini is just, the gift of the gab. Well, that's your Gemini for you. Gift of the gab. Away with words. Away with words and the gift of the gab. And at the bottom of the deck, this is you, my beautiful Gemini. Queen of Swords is more, it represents air sign, that is Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. Sun, moon, or rising, doesn't matter. Queen of Swords is typically meant to be Libra, but in this reading, I believe it's you, Gemini. Or Gemini, you have Libra somewhere in your charts. Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Or you are dealing with a Libra of importance in your life. And at this point in time, this Libra is going to play a pivotal role. It's going to play an important role in your life. Who is this Libra? So right now, Gemini, either you are in your energy, basically. Air energy is thought, it is head over heart, it is being practical, it is being clear-sighted. It is seeing the practical aspects of any decision. So I believe, from what I understand from your cards, that you've made a decision. And you have made this decision thinking with your head more and with your heart less. Thinking more on the practical aspect of things. And good on you. You could have been dealing with a Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or having it yourself in your charts. Or it's just that, Gemini, this could also be your energy. You are in control of the situation. Remember that with the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords. Now let me tell you, Gemini, I'm going to use a cuss word here. Forgive me. Queen of Swords is the bitch of the tarot. If you didn't know this, I'm telling you this. You're hearing this from Tarot Queen. She's the bitch of the zodiac, of the tarot. Why is she a bitch? Because she's a babe in total control of herself. B-I-T-C-H. And you are in total control of the situation. You could be a man or a woman. Doesn't matter, Gemini. And this is a reminder from Spirit. Irrespective of how the people around you or the situation around you feels, remember you are in control of the situation. And how do you put yourself in a position of control is by the power of thought. Air. Swords is about thought. Keep your thoughts clear. Know what you want. You already do. And that is your power. Since you know what you want, and if you don't, we'll get into this power soon. Know what you want. Move towards it with absolute clarity. When you know what you want, Gemini, then the universe works along with you, because the universe is also sure of what you want. Right? Unless your thoughts are not clear, the universe will not know what to give you. Let's keep your dominant energy here and deep dive. I think I'll keep it on this side and deep dive into your reading. Gemini, right off the bat, what I get right now is that with the Chariot, the Death, the Eight of Cups, the Wheel. Let's take this step by step. The Chariot, the Death, the Eight of Cups. Gemini, you're moving on. You are moving on. Gemini, you could be having Cancer somewhere in your charts. That is, you could be having Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising strongly in your charts. You're moving on. Whenever you're seeing this, by Cancer season, by the next Cancer season, you're going to move on from a situation. Or you are a Cancer who is moving on. Or you are moving on from a Cancer. I get the double confirmation because the Cups, the Eight of Cups talks about release. It talks about giving up on a situation. It talks about leaving the past behind, unburdening yourself and moving on. See, she's let go of her past, of this phase of her life, and she's just walking away to a new sunrise. The Eight of Cups, the cups represent water sign. Water means Pisces, Cancer or Scorpio, Sun, Moon or Rising. And that's what I feel. I'm getting double Cancer. double Cancer. Cancer Chariot, Cancer in the Cups. So you're leaving a Cancerian and moving on, or you have Cancer somewhere in your charts, Sun, Moon or Rising. You're leaving a situation. For many of you, it is a love relationship. It could be a marriage that you realize is not working and you're walking out. It could be a relationship and you're walking out. You've had enough. You've had enough. And this is confirmed by the Death card. By the Death card. It's a death of a relationship. It could be the death of a particular job. You've been in the job for ages and you haven't been rewarded quite the way you need to be rewarded. Or a career that you invested a lot in but never really gave you those returns. I'm also getting a career. You invested a lot in a career. You could have studied, gone to university, done a lot, but you never really got the kind of returns that you were hoping for. And now you're cutting your losses and you're moving on. With the Wheel and the Death, I see many of you could be having Saturn strongly in your charts with the Wheel, 10th house. The Wheel is the 10th house and could pertain to your career, your work. I see a debt in that. Many of you are leaving a particular job. You worked for ages. You finished a lot of your karma there. You had a lot of lessons to learn in the job and now you're moving on. With the Wheel, it's Saturn. Saturn is the planet of delays. Saturn rules the 10th house. This was something you felt is delayed. You felt I should have probably moved on a long time ago. Well, let me tell you, it's nothing like that. You are at the right time, at the right place. Trust me when I say this, Gemini. You were put through a lot of tests in this place. You were kept there longer than what you would have liked because of Saturn. He wanted to teach you certain lessons. Number 10, the Wheel is number 10. It rules your career, your work, and public image. You finished a certain chapter in your life there. It could have also been a relationship, but I'm getting more, it's work related. Many of you are leaving relationships as well. I see the end of a marriages very clearly. And let me tell you, you're going to face a lot of opposition with the 7 of Wands. Because of the decision you're taking, or you've just taken, or you're about to take, you're going to face a lot of opposition with the 7 of Wands. And you're going to stand strong, my Gemini. I would request you, and Spirit is telling me to tell you, get into the practice of meditation. Get into the practice of a yoga, of journaling, Reiki. Use gemstones. Gemstones also help. Use the clear quartz crystal to cleanse your aura. They work well for any sign. The clear quartz crystal will work well for any zodiac, so you can use it safely. Even if you aren't a Gemini and watching this. The decision you take, many people are going to be against it. They're going to tell you, no, you can't do it. No, just continue with it. It doesn't matter if you don't like your career, or you don't like your job, or you don't like your wife, you don't like your husband. Just continue with it. It pays the bills. It gives you security. It's the right thing to do. No, it is not the right thing to do, Gemini. The right thing to do is to follow your passion. The right thing to do is to do what your soul tells you to do what Spirit tells you to do. In particular, there's a fire sign who is going to give you a lot of criticism for what you've done, because the Wands are fire sign, Aries, Leo or Sagittarius. So be wary of that. That could be a possibility. For many of the Geminis here, I see you following your own passion with the King of Wands. There are two things here. Either the King of Wands, you're following your own passion. You could be having fire in your charts, that is Aries, Leo or Sagittarius. I'm getting Leo very strongly because King of Wands is represented by the sign of Leo, the lion here, right? You could be following your own passion, setting up your own business, being your own boss, or just taking complete charge of your life. And people are not going to like that. They're going to say, your business will not work. Forget about it. Oh, you're quitting this job to go to another job, Gemini? Well, that's not going to work. You're not that good, Gemini. Stick here, stay with us. That's what your colleagues will tell you. Oh, you're leaving your husband or your wife to move on. Don't do that. That's wrong. You won't survive out there. And you know what, Gemini? All this is just lies. You're meant for greatness, Gemini. I can feel it. You've been put through so much just to show you. See the wheel. The wheel is a cycle. You've been down there. It's time for you to get on top here. It is time. Have faith. All of those of you who are starting your businesses, becoming your own bosses, you have the go-ahead from Spirit. Do it. You're going to get an opportunity for healing with the Three of Swords. You're going to feel sad for what you've lost. Let me be very clear. You are going to be sad. Gemini, this is you with the Three of Swords. It's air sign. So you are an air sign, Gemini. You're going to mourn the loss because it's a big shift. I see a big transformation. It's a big shift. If you've been doing something for 10 years, in a relationship for 15 years, in a career for 8 years, 9 years, 10 years, it's definitely going to hurt you when you shift. Change is always painful, but change is the only truth of life. We have to embrace change. Dinosaurs got extinct because they couldn't change, and cockroaches survived that because they could change, right? Change is the only thing constant in life. You will mourn the loss with the Three of Swords, but it's an opportunity for healing. You will mourn the loss, but in a couple of months' time, you will be so good to go. And this is the right decision. Whatever you're at, it's a right decision. This is confirming it. See, a time for healing, and the Three of Swords also talks about healing after heartbreak. This is your time for healing. However you choose to do it. If you choose to journal, journal. If you choose to get into a spiritual path, do yoga, meditation. Do it, my Geminis. I was going to say Libra. Many of you could be dealing with a Libra. A Libra could have caused you pain, or you could be having Libra somewhere in your charts. So Gemini, those are the messages that I have for you. And I don't know why, but I feel like taking one more oracle message for you because I feel you need it. Spirit, thank you for those wonderful messages. I want to get one more oracle message for my gorgeous Gemini. Please give it to us, Spirit. Right, this wants to come out. All right, Gemini. A new start is coming. A new start is coming, Gemini. And I told you this, right? After the death, after the end of a cycle, there's definitely a new start there for you. I really feel this new start is more to do with your job, your career, starting a business, more than a love relationship. For some, it will be a love relationship, but for most, it's going to be job and career related. Also, many of you, if you have applied for visas, if you want to go to another country, another state, another city and start off, it's going to happen. You're going to be successful where you go. And that's what I have for you. That's what Tarot Queen has for you. And Gemini, I really felt the connect between us while doing this reading. And I know you're going through a tough time because as I'm doing this reading, I can feel that energy. My head has started paining a bit. So I will need to recharge myself. And Gemini, please do keep in mind that you are not alone. Even if you live alone, far off from family, let me tell you, your spiritual community, your spirit guides are always there with you. And also the community we have here at Tarot Queen. Alright? So keep this in mind.